Alfred Tennyson's Ulysses is often regarded as one of the finest examples of Victorian poetry, embodying the intellectual restlessness, heroic aspiration, and moral seriousness of the age. Written in 1833, after the death of his close friend, Arthur Henry Hallam, and published in 1842, the poem combines classical myth with a very modern vision of progress, duty, and perseverance. While drawing inspiration from Homer's Odyssey and Dante's Inferno, Tennyson reimagines the Greek hero as a symbol of the Victorian spirit, restless, forward-looking, and unsatisfied with ease or repose. Through the voice of Ulysses, Tennyson dramatizes the age's fascination with science, exploration, imperial expansion, the conflict between duty and desire, and the enduring search for meaning. The Victorian age was marked by rapid change. Discoveries in science and technology were reshaping traditional beliefs. Charles Darwin's evolutionary ideas encouraged the concept of progress, while explorers, missionaries, and empire builders pushed the boundaries of the known world. This spirit of expansion is echoed in Ulysses' yearning to go beyond the utmost bound of human thought. Unlike the mariners in the Lotos Eaters, who desire only rest, Ulysses refuses to rest from travel and declares that life must be lived to the fullest until death itself brings silence. His famous call to arms, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield, is perfectly in tune with the Victorian ideals of endurance and moral courage. Tennyson's Ulysses, however, is not the same figure we find in Homer. In the Odyssey, Ulysses is primarily a shrewd adventurer, eager to return home to Ithaca and restore order. Dante, in Inferno, Canto XXV, depicts him as a tragic wanderer who sails beyond the limits of human experience, driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge, only to meet his death. Tennyson draws more heavily on Dante's version, but transforms it into something nobler and more uplifting. His Ulysses is both weary of ruling Ithaca and yet spiritually energized by the thought of further journeys. He becomes not merely a classical hero, but a symbol of Victorian aspiration for the unattainable, embodying the restless energy of an age that refused to be confined by old limits. Central to the poem is the contrast between Ulysses and his son Telemachus. Telemachus represents duty, patience, and the domestic responsibilities of kingship. He is, as Ulysses admits, centered in the sphere of common duties. Ulysses respects his son, yet finds him too pragmatic, too cautious, too content with routine. In this contrast, Tennyson captures a central tension of the Victorian age, the balance between order and adventure, stability and progress, tradition and discovery. Telemachus symbolizes the settled virtues of Victorian domestic life, while Ulysses embodies the daring curiosity of explorers and pioneers. The poem also reflects the Victorian fascination with knowledge. Ulysses declares that all experience is an arch, where through glams that untraveled world whose margin fades forever and forever. The metaphor of the arch suggests that knowledge is not an end in itself, but a gateway to further discovery. This endless pursuit recalls the scientific and intellectual climate of the age when each new discovery opened up more questions. As Hales observes, Ulysses embodies the modern passion for knowledge, for the exploration of its limitless fields, for the annexation of new kingdoms of science and thought. The spirit of inquiry, combined with the recognition of life's brevity, gives the poem its urgency. Yet alongside this forward-looking vision lies an elegiac quality. Critics such as David Deutsch note that Tennyson makes Ulysses a figure who has lost much of his power for action and instead muses on past glories and future hopes. There is a poignancy in the way he acknowledges his age, though much is taken, much abides. Old age is not portrayed as weakness, but as a stage that still carries honor and toil. Death is inevitable. Death closes all. Yet Ulysses insists that before the end comes, some work of noble note may yet be done. This noble persistence, even in the face of mortality, reflects not only Victorian moral seriousness, but also Tennyson's own grief after Hallam's death. The poem becomes, in part, the poet's personal resolve to continue striving despite sorrow. Another aspect of the Victorian spirit in Ulysses is the deep connection with nature. The poem is filled with vivid imagery. The lights begin to twinkle from the rocks, the long day wanes, the slow moon climbs. The deep moans round with many voices. Such lines not only establish the setting of Ithaca, but also reflect the Victorian poetic tendency to blend human emotion with natural scenery. Nature is never just a backdrop, it is woven into the hero's inner restlessness and longing. At the same time, there is a degree of escapism in the poem. Ulysses expresses weariness with an aged wife and the barren crags of Ithaca, preferring adventure to domestic duties. This reflects another Victorian theme, the tension between social responsibility and personal desire. Many Victorian poems, while celebrating duty, also register a longing to escape its burdens. Ulysses entrusts governance to Telemachus so that he himself can seek a newer world. In the end, Ulysses is both a personal and cultural statement. It dramatizes Tennyson's own grief and his determination to move forward after loss, while also capturing the Victorian spirit of energy, progress, and perseverance. It reflects the age's fascination with science, exploration, and knowledge, its tension between tradition and change, and its enduring moral idealism. For Victorians, Ulysses became more than a mythic figure. He was a cultural emblem of their own restless striving. Thus, Tennyson's Ulysses is very much a Victorian poem. It brings together the hunger for knowledge, the spirit of adventure, the balance of duty and desire, the elegiac awareness of mortality, and the deep engagement with nature that characterize the age. More than a retelling of an ancient myth, it is a portrait of the Victorian soul, restless, questioning, and unyielding.